Elizabeth Olsen established herself as a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment industry after landing the role of Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Popping up in movies like 2014's Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and 2019's Avengers: Endgame, she also landed a show alongside Paul Bettany, who you might know as Vision, when their WandaVision series premiered in January 2021. Some may think that Olsen benefited from having famous siblings, but she has made her own way in the entertainment industry. She worked hard for many years to become the Hollywood star she is today. While seeing Olsen on screen may give you a glimpse of her talent, it doesn't mean that you truly know who she is. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about Elizabeth Olsen. She appeared in a few of her sister's movies. Prior to being an actress in her own right, Elizabeth Olsen did, in fact, act in a number of Mary-Kate and Ashley's films and music videos. Elizabeth starred alongside her sisters in The Adventures of Mary-Kate and Ashley back in 1994, where she would join in on a number of music videos. She used a different name in school. These days, Olsen has no problem being associated with her famous sisters, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. However, when she was young, she did not like all the fame that came with her family name. Therefore, to keep a low profile in high school, she never used her Olsen name. Instead, she went by Elizabeth Chase, which was her real middle name. According to The Sun, she also revealed that she thought using her middle name as a professional last name would be the way to go. Yet, Olsen eventually had a change of heart. "Once I started working, I was like, I love my family, I like my name, I love my sisters. Why would I be so ashamed of that? It's fine now." That makes sense since she can definitely stand on her own nowadays. In fact, the public now tends to forget who she's related to. Her first audition was for Spy Kids. During her time at school, Olsen slowly started auditioning for roles outside of her sister's projects. Her first audition was for the role of Carmen Cortez in Spy Kids, but she didn't get the part, and she was glad. She told the Daily Beast, "I'm very happy I didn't get it because I didn't want to be a child actor." She almost quit acting. In 2004, Olsen considered quitting acting altogether after the media went into a frenzy over Mary-Kate's reported struggle with an eating disorder. She told Nylon magazine, "That was when the media was what I found to be abusive to my sisters, and I thought I really didn't want to be in the industry. They turned 18 and what was going on in her life, I'm talking about Mary-Kate, was all over the news. They would follow us shopping, and Mary-Kate and Ashley would almost get into car accidents because of the paparazzi, and I didn't want to be a part of it. I just thought, this is such bullshit." 5 years later, however, the actress had a change of heart, enrolling at the New York University Tisch School of the Arts in 2009. While studying, Olsen landed a role in the off-Broadway production Dust and the Broadway show Impressionism, leading her to land an agent. Her big break. Some of us aren't all too familiar with how Olsen first became famous. It's not super important anymore, just because she likely would have been able to pave her way by some other means if it hadn't happened. It's still interesting to learn about her past, what roles she had, and what pushed her toward acting at the very beginning. Her first chance on the big screen was in Martha Marcy May Marlene. This came out when she was 22 years old in 2011. She got the role of Martha, which later resulted in a long list of award nominations. She walked away with 6 different awards from this film alone. She is now the only working actor in her family. When it comes to acting, the Olsen last name immediately has us thinking of Mary-Kate and Ashley. While the Olsen twins definitely had their moment, they officially retired from acting over 8 years ago. This came up at the same time their younger sister, Elizabeth, would be appearing in her first film. Despite giving rise to the Olsen name, Mary-Kate and Ashley have kept true to their retirement statement, making Elizabeth the only working actor in their family. She wanted to be a dancer. As a child, she wanted to be a dancer, but unfortunately, her sister's fame got in the way. She was enrolled for dancing lessons, which led her to become a very talented ballerina. Unfortunately, she was often unable to make it to classes because her parents were always attending to the older sister's obligations, and therefore she was kicked out. She auditioned for Daenerys on Game of Thrones. Now that Game of Thrones is done, it's hard to imagine anyone playing the characters that inhabit Westeros better than the actors we've known and loved. But the Mother of Dragons might have been a lot different if things had gone another way. In a 2019 interview with Vulture, Olsen revealed that she auditioned to play Daenerys on Game of Thrones when she first began acting. She said, "When I first started working, I just auditioned for everything because I like auditioning. and I auditioned for Khaleesi. Sadly, though, the chances of Olsen becoming a power player in Westeros were very slim. It was the most awkward audition I'd ever had. The material Olsen was given to work with was apparently the monologue from the end of the first season. She added, "She's making this speech to thousands of people about how she's their queen. They didn't know if they wanted a British accent or not. So, you did it in both. It was terrible." Anytime someone says, "bad audition story," that's one I remember. She studied in Russia. When she was 20 years old, she studied at the O'Neill's National Theatre Institute Moscow Art Theatre during a semester abroad in Russia. The program's website page notes that students are offered daily movement and acting classes, which are complemented with design, voice, Russian language, and Russian theater history. It was an experience that may have helped her put on a Russian accent when she first showed up as Marvel's Wanda Maximoff. Granted, you may have noticed that Scarlet Witch lost her accent as time went on. She got engaged but broke it off 10 months later. Olsen is engaged to her longtime boyfriend, Robbie Arnett. While she is currently planning a wedding with Arnett, this isn't anything new for the star. Olsen was previously engaged to Boyd Holbrook back in 2014, but called things off in January of 2015. Their relationship was no longer working, however, she could not have picked a worse time to end things. According to E! Online, Boyd received a phone call from Olsen to tell him that things were over on the same day his friend passed away. He considered their split like a divorce and took it incredibly hard, and we certainly don't blame him.